What's good? Welcome to G.O.N. episode 4. We got ExurtBeatz, Blonju, Genesis to God, DJ Kaushun will be here shortly.
Check out my G.O.N. gear. You see my G.O.N. gear?
Nice.
I got my G.O.N. gear. Got my G.O.N. gear cooking.
Let me put that on the.
I got a shirt for you.
Nice.
I got a shirt for you, bro. You guys just DM me your addresses. I know where Jen lives.
I got you.
I think I have Jen's address almost in my head.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah. G.O.N. There you go.
Guides of nothing ever.
Yeah, that's the longest intro ever of just chilling on a shirt. Yeah, what's good? What's good?
Okay.
I'm gonna do my push-ups to start.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah,
that's hot.
Good. Yeah,
you guys can still hear?
Is that ExurtBeatz?
Yeah. Can you still hear it?
No, not now.
No.
Okay, well then, hold on.
What's good? 17 push-ups. Here we go.
All right, this is gonna be an
first
interesting.
week of 17.
Because I can't seem to have that playing in the background. All right, you hear it now?
Yeah.
All right, no echo, no nothing. Sounding good.
Yeah. I mean, you might want to turn it up, but yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh man, 17. I am starting my 6th week of push-ups every single day.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever kept a routine like that my whole life, even when I was playing basketball on a serious level. Jen, what's good, bro? How you doing?
What up with it? Just getting stuff from the store.
Getting stuff from the store. Bottles? You finding a bottle?
No, we actually found an extra bottle in the refrigerator, just empty, laying in there for some odd reason.
Wow. She finally found one and put it in there herself, probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide
She's
this
like,
one
my
back
dad
in the
would
fridge.
need this.
It's really loud on my end.
It's really loud on your end. It's very quiet on ours.
Yeah.
Very quiet, sir. So this is what comes with the professional account. We get audio issues.
Nah,
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I have to do something. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Okay. We'll hold it down with nothing.
Right. Hold nothing down. The guise of nothing.
Ever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to stream the audio. Let's see here. I had a whole list. Had your beats and my beats in it.
And what's it doing? I don't understand.
It's not this. I say it's not per se this program that we're on. It's the audio program that I downloaded. it's not playing. Like I can play it, but the moment I click on the internet browser, it shuts off, so it doesn't play in the background. So I'm going to try something else.
Yeah, we gotta set the mood. I can always play some music in the background if need be. What do I got cooking here? What do I got going on?
Okay, let's see here. Play one
No
of mine,
expectations.
then I'll play one of yours. One of mine, then one of yours.
All right. I sent all 13 that I sent you were made last night.
Nice.
So they were all made on 4222. 4222. Let me grab my coffee.
How does that sound?
I don't hear anything, bro.
What the Nothing.
I'm starting to hear something. You got something cooking there. Little something. Last week's Beautiful definitely cut up on the replay. I listened to the rebroadcast on the stream, and it was cutting up. I mean, people got the essence, but we definitely need to up our quality. Apologies to our 17 listeners.
What is going on today? It's like when I played last time, everything was too loud. I had to turn it down. I had it set. And then now, it just won't even play. Like, come on.
I have returned.
All right. The God is back.
ExurtBeatz, baby.
There you go. There you go. Now
check
it's
it.
cooking.
Yeah, I'll
Now it's
mess with
cooking.
this beat.
Yeah.
Break 'em off.
The God is back. I was born, I'm the God of rap. In the storm, metaphors, hard as shit. You ain't as hard as this. I'm an artifice, an artist. Inside of the painting that I painted, an ancient Egyptian language that you can't translate. You couldn't face the language. Yo, freestyle off the dome. Walking down the street, but I think it might be a road. I disappeared, but I'm really still here in the physical world. I just licked the toad. Don't try to step to my abode. I speak vocal tones out of a Mayan's throat that I just possessed. I'm so obsessed that I sit on the moon when it was in the form of a crest, in the form of an eagle inside of a nest. I spit a bullet out of my throat that I just assimilated from my chest that came through a vest.
Check. Yeah. No less than a incessant mind stones. Came with rhymes for the home so they can see they got blindness in their domes. I ride home with the rhymes straight out my pocket so you could see a rocket ship between a pocket watch twist. Upshift so they could see the downplay. Kate, these motherfuckers don't see weed. Ain't got no hate, paint with the same pictures. They played off the same scripture that we wrote before we came and after we leave. Don't believe in what you don't see if you can't feel it as one human being off the sea. Plant seeds so you can see we stand, take heed. No man, no plan, heed. Don't know what they man needs, so they look for the same, they can't bleed. I'm off that, take lead, so they see where they came from. Before the same stand, take me off the plan. I rock shift like scissors. Can't
Freestyle.
cut me out. Yo,
Yeah.
too blessed now. I sit on the throne. King came back in, it's Genesis the God. So they rock as Blonju, too hard. Cut the cards, shuffle the deck. Much respect, so you see it's enough in check. We too blessed to stay stressed, so they say too much, they say yes, no decay, all build the infinite, one way, it's all zeros and one sun, looking like we begun spun, they don't know, it's like one spoon, one gun, they shift like no patent, come back and hit the same actors for the same actions, they don't know, they plastic, all they do is talk dramatic, look like they same, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Tell them.
Yeah, cause they all
We'll
dramatic.
rock for an hour.
I grabbed the automatic from underneath of the mattress. All you hear is static in the background as I'm fucking an actress, doing a backflip, spitting it backwards. I fuck around and fall out the sky during the rapture. Y'all wanna battle, you'll get captured. I'll kidnap ya, grab your arms and then detach them. You don't wanna mess with this ratchet. I met Shorty down the block, she was ratchet. I seen her inside of her pants scratching. I said I don't want none of that, so I started dashing. I pull your tongue out of your mouth, suffering succotashes. Oh shit, I'm slapping cats and knocking off their mustaches. Yeah, I got a bulletproof field around me, you don't wanna bust at us. Yeah, what's your status? I'm on the bus, headed to Toys R Us, cause most of you guys are just rap captives. Hidden inside of a field that I made out of magic. I'm the baddest of the baddest. I'm Mike Jackson. I might jack him. I'm Mike Jackin. I might be jacking on a napkin. Then I give it to these rappers. I'm back for practice. Acrobatics.
Daily action turned to broken factions. Don't know it, it's so potent. We got nothing inside. So we the guides of nothing ever. If you can't see the divine, then what you say before, it's pro-action, proactive. You came back with it, it ain't backwards. I spit that same picture. Can't see it so twisted. These same actors, see that no division? Came back to the zero, the circle, the dot. So you can see that we rock same shit when you see the same traction. Catch the same off that, no blasting. Can't see that? Came back with it. So, it's so classic. I hit that road, I tore the road up and threw the rope down in the glasses, broken glasses. You see what I'm saying? That's where it came from before. No eye vision, third eye vision. It's the masters. We spit that shit from Damascus to straight India before we came from it. It's like that. You can't feel it? Well, what you saying before we wrote the same chapters? Yeah, I told you before, that's the truth. If you can't feel the false, the lies, hoods, you know what it is. They look for the same latches, unlatch them. Can't see, so I said it before. So active. It's classic practice, daily practice. You see you flailing around your arms, you got no charm. You look for the same, but you got no chassis. Yeah, I spit that. Came back with the wits that. Yeah.
Then I hopped out of an open casket.
I
pulled out a rubber Gatlin. I called that a prophylactic.
Yeah.
I went in the fridge and asked where the snack went. I dodged the bullet and did a back bend. I'm in the matrix. Y'all are all just basic shit. I'm in the race, but I'm not racist. I chew the gunpowder and spit out the cases.
Yeah, no racist, no pasture. You taste this. We come back with it. No racehorse, we race with it. Y'all stay ratchet. Batten down your hatches. Bury the hatchets. Yeah. We carry the matches. They look for the same, they all scared, they scary, they don't know what they had when they had it. It happens. Shit happens. You see what I'm saying? That's wits backwards. Yo, I twist that up anyway. You heard it before? We said that any day. It's a daily war. Damn habits. You know what it is? I had it. Buried it. Came back with it. No gambling. Place your bets. Go to the casino. That's blackjack.
That's blackjack in a flak jacket. I'm here to murder the masses and actually make them conscious. I'm playing Contra. I can't stop it. I'm off topic. I'm on top like Pop It. Y'all better watch where the doc is. I'm the doctor. I'm a magician. This is mystical, magical, the practitioner who won't listen, but I still shine and I glisten like I just took a shower and a bath in a prison. I'm actually a prism. I'm God and I have arisen. I'm alive, but I'm not living. Everything that I say is forbidden. Guides are nothing ever. Guards over neutral energy forever.
Guides of nothing ever.
That's what we do. You already know.
You already know what's cooking up.
Hey, that's fun. That's fun. It sounds really clean in my earbuds. Like we should definitely do more of that.
Yeah, it was sounding really crisp on my end too.
I like the natural sounds of Genesis's walk too. We get the natural sounds of like wind and cars. Yeah, man. So what's been going on? What's going on in the world?
Shoot.
We're not. We never said slap. We never said slap that whole time.
It was funky right here.
Yeah, that's nasty. Just like when you tell a story.
So this is Joe McGinnis on the guitar right here. This is an old school Blonju Joe McGinnis track. I've done a lot of work with Joe McGinnis over the years. He's a blues, all genre extraordinaire from Atlanta. I've known him about 20 years. We got several songs out. We always working on some stuff, but we've done a lot of work that never really got out there. We're both kind of, we don't push our shit as much as maybe we should. Can you turn it down a little bit, Norvell? Yeah, that's better. But this been chilling for a long time. Jen, I sent ExurtBeatz a pack, and that one beat I sent you was in the pack, but it's a fresh, little 13 song mood. Cause you could talk over this all day long. We could pick it up like the paper bees.
What's your guys' opinion on seizures?
What do you mean, like an actual seizure?
Like, do you know anyone who has seizures? What do you think?
I do.
What do you? Well, yeah, you both do. You both do right here. Yeah, I mean, like, I say, what do you think the cause of them are? Because not everyone knows, and in my current situation,
interesting.
In my current situation, every doctor I've been to, I've had to start from scratch with my storyline and tell them everything.
Right.
Even though they have my information right in front of them, but yet no one knows. Great question. No one knows what's going on. And
Jen,
dealing with my uncle as well. He has seizures. I don't really know the cause of his, and neither does he, because they just recently started within his later years. And my sister also has them, but she gets them from her mom's side. But she also has epilepsy, and she's had it since she was born. So, and her situation is it's like they actually have like the meds that they have her on. Majority, they work for her. And a couple other buddies of mine said that their relatives have their meds, and they work. They haven't had a seizure in over in like almost a decade, due to them being on their meds just the way they're supposed to. And I've been on my meds and doing everything I'm supposed to, and they just keep coming. I had one on February 2nd, and then I recently had another one on March something. I forgot when it was. I think it was like I think it was 2 days before the last show, actually.
You had another one of 10 days ago?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. ExurtBeatz, I did not know
Isn't
that.
it technically like from a clinical standpoint, like the random and uncontrollable misfiring of neurons?
I don't know. At first I've just been waiting to get a doctor's opinion, so that way I don't think I'm not trying to be a Mr. Know-it-all. Is it too loud?
So ExurtBeatz, listen, what is the medication that you're taking? Because everybody's taking it. I have several close friends that have been taking that medication for 20 plus years.
There's actually several different medications. The one I take is different from the one my sister takes, and also different from the one my uncle takes. The one I take, it's called Levetta. It starts with the L. I literally can't pronounce it, but it's off brand for Keppra. So basically, they got me on Keppra, and after my second or third seizure, I think it was, they just upped the dosage, and it's like nothing's changing. It's I don't know. It just seems like I always meet conflict, and it takes forever to get an appointment too. I mean, I understand the circumstances we live in, but
right. Personally, have you only been on that one medication since you've been having seizures, just from a personal background situation?
Yeah. Yes.
I got you.
I say, and the reason why is because, I mean, for one, the only reason the reason why I'm even taking them is more so from my wife's mental health, for my wife's, sanity, and my kids, and so on and so forth, because they believe that they believe it's gonna help. And honestly, I don't know. I hear some cases where it helps. I hear some cases where people are constantly going searching from meds to meds, and no one knows anything. But
so I will say this: I have one very close friend who I've known for 20 plus years. I've seen him have seizures personally. His was heavily tied to alcohol abuse, and he became completely sober from alcohol about 3.5 years ago, and he's had one seizure since then, and he would have multiple seizures per year. He's at one point, even in the last 3.5 years, he went off his seizure medication because his doctors told him he had been misdiagnosed, didn't have epilepsy, and actually that seizures had been alcohol reduced. He ended up having a seizure in the first 9 months of being off the medication entirely. So they went back to saying he had epilepsy, and he's been to several doctors. I will say, I don't mean to dehumanize the condition, but it's almost like a parallel to, UFOs. We know very little about this, and it seems like there's a lot of only, personal experience to go by. And
yeah,
I will, I think there's something to be said for biorhythms and, daily routines, daily habits, positive physiological, neutral +1 physiological type moves you can make on a daily that maybe could limit or mitigate the presence or the active nature of seizures. But man, that's a really tough question, and I don't like necessarily dehumanizing it with that analogy, but it's literally that mysterious in terms of how little we know. And
well, I would like to know.
Hold on, Jim. What is it? One other thing that I looked at, because I look at the Bible. I like to read other things as well. The Bible says I got a demon in me. Everyone who had seizures, who had epilepsy, they had a demon in them. So it's like, according to the Bible, there's that, and then. I mean, the doctors don't know what's going on. They can't tell me anything. And it's like literally, I got this doctor, the doctor that I just recently seen, he pulled like a Jack Nicholson on me. He asked me he said, okay, what are the treatments that you've had so far? And then I responded with, I've had a EEG. I believe that's the one where they put the like something to cover your eyes, and then they shine bright lights in there. And then that's why I say he hit me with the Jack Nicholson, because he was like, you don't have to explain to me what an EEG is. I know what it is. I was like literally cut me off. I'm like I'm glad you. I was like, I assume you do. You're a fucking doctor. I appreciate it. However,
that was a good Jack Nicholson, by the way.
I was like, I don't know what it is, and I don't want, I want to make sure I'm explaining the right shit to you. It's like, it's like he was upset. I don't know, but no one could tell me anything, and it seems like no one. It seems like they just keep
what regions of the brain do you have these seizures in?
That I say honestly, no, I do not.
Wow.
Because they could be in areas that are generally witnessed in or observed in, or it could be something that's more rare. What I would say is, and this is probably going to require probably 2-3 minutes for me to kind of elaborate, but like I said, if I'm not mistaken, it's like random, uncontrollable misfiring of specific areas in the brain. And what happens is they become overexcited. So if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they would probably prescribe you some type of inhibitory neurotransmitter to kind of like prevent those cells from firing excessively or in abundance. Yeah. But for outside of a medical diagnosis, I would say that, one, dieting is key, because if you have the proper dieting, you could probably balance out those neurotransmitters, or you could revive the functionality and structural integrity of those cells if they've been damaged, or if you were genetically predisposed. And it could be something genomic, or it could be something epigenetic. It could be something that has to deal with habits, such as what he just referred to with the alcohol consumption, because alcohol decreases blood flow to the brain, and it causes brain degeneration. Even though in clinical studies they've shown that marijuana actually ages the brain faster when consumed by way of smoking, because smoke decreases blood flow to the brain, but alcohol does the same thing. And so it can cause brain degeneration, especially in like the cerebellum and the hippocampus, which is for motor skills and long-term and short-term memory. So I'd say dieting, I'd say probably not the Americanized diet, something more vegan-esque, little alcohol consumption, maybe marijuana could assist in the process.
I don't drink at all.
But I'm gonna get a little deeper though, because once again, it could be a plethora of things that are assisting the facilitation of this. I got an idea too.
When you're ready.
But what I would say is, when you refer to like the biblical standpoint of like a demon, a demon technically is something that you've manifested from within yourself.
Correct.
Or a habit that you've developed that attracts other malignant electromagnetic forces in this physical universe, as well as multidimensionally, because our thoughts and emotions are multidimensional. So it's like you could have easily developed a habit that could further augment this process, and it doesn't mean that it's something that you've done voluntarily, at least not in this lifetime. Like you could have chosen to come here and have seizures to have the experience, so that you could have a relatable empathic capacity to engage other humanoids that suffer from the same condition. And their condition may be more based upon dieting or karma, or of a negative nature, or something habitual they developed where they now have created these demonic, like low bass malignant frequencies, which we would call a demon. And you know what I mean? And you could be able to assist these people in this process, and because not every time that somebody has something, what we call negative quotation marks, is not always negative. Like you could be born with cancer and it be to your benefit, And in fact, even when it is negative, it's always to your benefit. But there's the positive polarity of being born with cancer, being born with AIDS, being born with some type of bone degeneration, or being born blind. Like even in the biblical sense, Jesus and his disciples passed a blind man, and he asked his disciples, why was this man born blind? You know what I mean? And they didn't necessarily know why. But, he said, well, they gave their reasons, and it was none of the reasons that they had given him. It was like, no, it was so that the works of God could be made manifest within his flesh. So it doesn't have to be a negative thing, for one. For two, how can a man, because they said, well, maybe it's the sins of him, maybe it's the sins of his parents. Well, the sins of his parents make sense, meaning their habits, their addictions, their behavioral mechanisms, their dieting. All of these things can lead because of epigenetics, and like how that impacts the womb. All of these things could lead to that, but also how did the man sin before he was born is another question we have to ask ourselves. And that's because he was alluding to the process of reincarnation. And then the fact that it was neither his sins nor theirs, but that the fact that the works of God would be made manifest. So that was like a challenge for him. And then when the appropriate time came, Christ was able to heal him of his so-called deficiency. You see what I'm saying? So I think that you just need to change your perspective of it, and then you need to start aligning with the spiritual principles that you were born into and drawn to naturally. And you
Right.
because if you resolve it within yourself, it doesn't matter what the sickness is. You could have AIDS, you could resolve the sickness when the time comes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when Jesus used to heal people, he would ask them, like if they had repented. He wasn't just going around like, you're healed, hey, you're healed. No. He had to make sure.
Yeah. It's where capacity meets awareness. Okay, so ExurtBeatz, you're dealing with something where your capacity to deal with it and your awareness can help uncover a spiritual blockage. All right, that's the summary of what Jen just said. Capacity, you're less than limited or more than limited in the way that you perceive it. So if you realize it's an unlimited capacity to be aware of a spiritual blockage, and this is not to demean the experience or even yours personally, because I know it is very traumatic. It's a traumatic situation you're dealing with. So it leaves a lot more questions than answers ultimately when you look at it ostensibly and in the physical bodily experience of it. But when Jen's talking about what he's talking about, it's how you turn perspective, like of the most traumatic or negative scenario, into room to commune and grow. And like your capacity and your awareness is in a place to not only help yourself, but help others, like Jen said, that may be dealing with this in an even more easier physical fixable way. And that openness for you to receive that could very well find a balance for you in terms of your mission, your physical purpose, why you chose this mission, to find a place where the seizures taper off to some degree. And it's not such a question. You never feel totally in control though, because it's not about control, it's about letting go. And like obviously I've never had one, but like you're being forced to let go against your will, and that is a terrible traumatic experience.
I say you have no I say what is it? I say going through it is not really that bad. And I say that because I don't know when it's gonna happen. I mean, like we could be talking right now. Next thing I know, boom, I'm on screen for the next 30 minutes, shaking or whatever. But I don't recognize it until I'm in the ambulance on the way. I'm already on the way to the hospital, or whatnot, or like I've already come out of it, and that's when I start to realize, damn it, what was what was the last thing I remember? Shoot, I was making a beat. Oh, damn it. Did I break my computer? Did I, did I hit my head? What's going on? Oh, it's okay. I got pain in my ribs, or I got pain here. And it wasn't, I guess the times that it happened, very traumatic looking back at it, because the one I was on the road, I was by myself. Second time I was just literally just got out the shower. Like I turned the water off, grabbed the towel. Next thing I know, I wake up in my bed, half with clothes on and everything. So it's like just the talk about letting go. It's like, and then being, for lack of better words, vulnerable at the same time. Because like I was butt ass naked after I got out of that shower. What I mean?
Right.
And then I wake up, I got clothes on. So obviously someone had to, they had to clothe me and so on and so forth. So it's like, but just waking up and trying to piece the puzzle back together, it's crazy.
Well, I want to say this. So when we it's like going to a doctor or going to anybody and asking for something that you could ask the universe for. It's like we are the universe. We are not connected to the universe. We are the universe, which is a big difference. So sometimes we ask questions and then we get the answer based upon how we expect to get them. Not always.
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
we'll get them through a doctor or a physician or a friend or a relative or nature. A
Right.
cloud
Yes.
could give us the answer. But it's a
That's-
matter of
yes.
just tapping into that ultimate reality and just asking and receiving the download from the so-called Akashic records. And then right now, this is one of those downloads. You're asking, you've been contemplating it, and when the time comes, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. When the receiver is ready or the seeker's ready, the message or the lesson will come. So right now you're getting the download on how to potentially resolve this issue so that you can utilize it, for your growth and development spiritually, because ultimately that's why we're here. No other reason. I think the beat's a little
Well,
loud.
and
Yeah. Trying to turn
I
it
love that
down.
beat. I would use the word too. Keep your goals a little bit more generic with the word navigate, as opposed to resolve, because it's not something you can place expectations on. Even if you find your ultimate purpose, you everything in quotes, you got to reverse the semantics and psychology back to zero, or you're going to lead yourself astray in a one-dimensional direction. So no matter how much you can get more comfortable with the uncomfortable, I would use, navigate towards a relative resolution. Maybe I'm not trying to take away from what Jen's saying or even remove hope.
No,
from the
you're
process
right.
of,
I mean, even when I said it, I still, in my head, I'm thinking semantics, because
right.
not,
I know.
The resolution is not actually. Yes, the resolution is not about dissolving it necessarily, but it's about, like he said, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable and accepting and embracing and having reverence for the things that we have. So if you can accept it and embrace it and have reverence and be in awe of it, then you are learning exactly what the Creator has given you this blessing for. Because it's not a curse, it's a blessing. It's like if you was butt naked and you was, people had to cover you up. We were born naked, and the doctors had to hold you. You know what I mean? So it's like over time.
So when that happened, I felt like I fell and hit my head. And I had like three or four knots on my head, and then this last time I ended up being I ended up doing, I did a little damage to the to the toilet. So I was sitting there, I was actually braiding my hair, and then I wake up in an ambulance. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, why? I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad. I wasn't I took my meds. Like, I was following the rules. Like, what's going on here? And
you remember the story of Job?
Not off the top of my head, no.
You should look that up tonight.
Okay.
So the beautiful thing, ExurtBeatz, is you're continually humbled. Like, your journey, obviously you are growing within, the scope of your journey with it. It's not angering you, it's putting you on a path of discovery. And what I would say in the literal sense of a translation of what it is, it's our limited capacity to, in these bodies, reveal maybe a spiritual awareness or knowledge that, you know, isn't built for the five senses. And these are spontaneous downloads. The people that I've known that have suffered seizures in the past, personally, I would say you being the most open and least limited to expressing your spirituality of anybody I've known, but still we're all limited by society to a large degree, and our methods of communication. And there's a heavy amount of isolation built into our bodily journey in terms of lack of communion or lack of, you know, most efficient awareness. And, you know, there's a literal aspect of this, of just like an implanting of a super spiritual awareness and purpose. Everybody I know that's had themselves have been really good people, like, you know, genuinely nice people, like humbly nice people. So I feel for you, bro. It's hard to, you know, I can empathize only so much. I can put myself in your shoes, and I you know, the pain is difficult. You know, it's a part of the journey. It's part of your experience, and what you bring to the table is beautiful. So it's why we have this platform to commune on and kind of try to guide through the nothingness, bro.
Yeah. I'm literally reaching out there. Hopefully someone can hear it and who's going through a similar situation where the doctor is not helping them out either. Like I'm going on my second neurologist now, and I got the same thing. They're like, we'll call you within 3 weeks. If we don't call you, make sure you call us.
Oh God.
Well,
Like,
look, it's equivalent to
serious?
it's equivalent to, let's say a person is a glutton, right? And then they want to get their belly sucked out, like they want to get their belly shrunk, and then they go back to being a glutton and they get big again because they never change their habits. The doctor's not focused necessarily on your habits unless he's a more evolved doctor. You know, he's closer to the spiritual than he is the physical. So it's like the reality is, if you could change your attachment to, you know, culture and society and all of your physical preferences, and you could align yourself with the creator, then there is no sickness, even in sickness, in that state. And potentially it goes away, potentially it doesn't. But the reality is, you're not that guy who's still eating gluttonously, who just got his stomach shrunk. You know what I mean? So it's like, you want to fix the habit, you want to fix the spiritual ineptitude, so that you could potentially, cope and have resolution within yourself, versus changing something. Maybe you do find a neurotransmitter, inhibitory mechanism that prevents the seizures. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, you still have that limitation spiritually that caused and created that sickness, the need for that sickness to facilitate the lesson. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great way of putting it, Jen. That's very, very wise.
Like
it's tough.
The one thing I don't like about it is, for me, is literally just the I don't know if I say it wrong, the spontaneousness of it, spontaneity of it.
Spontaneity.
Yeah, that word. Where it's like, it's literally the snap of a finger. I'm sitting here doing something, and then next thing I know, I wake up and it's like, time has passed, and then now it's like, okay. Yeah,
I can only imagine, because we're in control of so little, we're in control of nothing, if you will, literally, and to have that on top of it, ExurtBeatz, that's a damn cross to bear,
I also thought of it like this too, like the things that happen to us, could be like a way for us to learn a lesson that we keep ignoring.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
It's like me. I do know blockage. I do know internally, and also looking back in my life, there was a time where I've always wanted to be right. I always wanted to be right, because everyone looked at me and pointed fingers and you're this, you're that. So it's like, no, I'm this. I always wanted to be right. I always had to prove something. I always wanted to be in control of everything. And then with these seizures, I say there's no other way to be in less control than at the mercy of it's like at the mercy of the EMT. Excuse me, sir. Like, do you know where you're at? Yeah, I remember this place. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
So I mean, but they say that is the only thing. I don't really mind. Like, I don't mind the waking up and figuring things out. Like I said, I like a little challenge in my life, but this is a very big one because there's almost like every situation is different.
You need to send Jen and I this beat. This is a good one.
I know. I was just thinking that. I was like, yo, I love this beat. I wonder if I could
send us this one.
Snatch it.
This one.
Yeah, these ones were made within the last couple of days.
We want this one.
This one's number 3. G.O.N.3.
I would like to send you an example of a beat that I like and see if you can like replicate it for me.
Yeah.
For this project I'm doing.
Yeah, I love your sound.
You gonna beatbox it? You can beatbox it.
No, I'm gonna send you the actual song that I like the type of beat, and then you just kind of like create your own version of it.
Okay, yeah, definitely, most definitely. Yeah, I love doing that.
So let me say this. When I was, I'll go through a few things that have like not necessarily plagued me, but like that I've been given as gifts that would not necessarily be perceived as gifts. So my mother was consistently raped up until she met my father, and that was the first time that she had consensual sex, and they slept together twice, and I was conceived within one of those times. And I was born with the psychological and emotional trauma of a woman who had been raped and molested and abused and neglected and given away, throughout her whole life. Like her mother had given her up and things of that nature. Then I was diagnosed as schizophrenic as a child. Manic depressive, bipolar, ADHD. They used to experiment on me with medicines before they had really like started to figure out which ones worked and which ones didn't and which ones were going to cause long-term effects. They were kind of like experimenting on me. I didn't have my father. I was abused by my stepfather. I did juvenile time. I've suffered, people blaming me and accusing me of stuff that wasn't true, and court systems, and I got shot. I've been to prison for 9 years. You know what I mean? Like all of these different things. I used to smoke crack, snort coke, do oxys. I was addicted to ecstasy. I drank heavy, at a young age. You know what I mean? Like I had a lot of these different things, and it's like now if someone was to ask me, or if I was to tell someone, they would never know. It would be like, yo, if I was like, yo, Jen was a crackhead, they would be like, what? Right. You know what I mean? Or, I went through this, right. I went through that, I was diagnosed as this, blah, blah, blah. I've been inside an insane asylum before, and lived there for a short duration of time. So it's like all of these things the creator placed upon me as things that, as an alchemist, I was able to mentally transmute because of the whole principle of the all is mind, the universe is mental. And the fact that epigenetics is real, neuroplasticity is real. I was able to naturally and organically, through certain behavioral adjustments, I was able to modify my neurochemistry. I was able to modify my psychological and emotional perspectives. I was able to modify my physiology. I mean, I was shot in my intestines, my large intestine, my small intestine, my colon. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't able to eat. I'm still not able to I wasn't, up until recently, I wasn't able to properly digest foods because of that. My body wasn't producing the necessary amounts of dopamine and serotonin because of that. Like, I've been able to constantly go through these different things and make the necessary adjustments in my spiritual aptitude so that I could modify my biochemistry to align myself with a person that has healthy biochemistry, even though it's been modified from either natural or unnatural causes. So it's just a testament of what you can do if you align yourself spiritually. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And all of these things were necessary for me to reach the level that I'm at, so that I'm able to see everything as necessary and see everything as a blessing, and being able to look beyond the limitations that were set for me, because limitations and boundaries are necessary for you to transcend spiritually. And this right here, what you have is a great limitation that's been placed upon you so that you can transcend it, because it's going to assist you in your spiritual evolution. So it's like a matter of start looking at it as a blessing instead of a curse, or something that limits you, when something it's really that momentarily limits you, so that it's like having more weight on the bench. You know what I mean? So that you can get stronger and build bigger muscles. You know what I mean? Like, you might not be able to lift it at first, but it gets easier and easier, and eventually you're just tossing it around. You know, it's no longer something that limits you because you've transcended it. And even if you still have it, you're not bound by it. You're not limited to it. You know what I mean?
That's some witnessing, bro.
You cut out. You leave.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, no. Sorry, I thought your audio cut out. Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying, man. Like, sometimes I experience things, and I contemplate on it a lot, because I'm pretty sure not everyone experiences the same shit. Or if they do, they don't realize it, or enough to contemplate on it and try to figure out, oh, what the hell was that? That was different than that just came out of nowhere. Like, okay, how'd I learn that so fast? Or how'd this happen? I wasn't even thinking of it. It just popped up and I did it.
I think more people are doing that than it feels like, you know. I think we're starting to kind of come into our own there, utilizing technology, maybe slightly soulfully, you know, if at all, still barely, but you know, we're coming into our own. We're a few steps maybe behind, you know, if we're really looking at ourselves objectively, but we're fully capable. And you know, I think there's nothing we can't do, no matter how seemingly unique our experiences are and isolated we might be with perspective. I think these conversations we're having are just the very tip of the surface of like nothing plus 0.00001. We can only transmit and transmute so much of a feeling that is you know, not indescribable. I don't want to say the language is limiting. I want to say our capacity to transmit and transmute the language into multidimensional meaning and feeling, you know, with the way the language feels, you know, that is what we're learning. That is what we're daily practicing, as Jerome would say. You know, we're doing the best we can, and I think a lot of people spend a lot of their days beating themselves up over nothing, because they're like, I could have done this, I should have done that, and no matter how they move, you know, we got to get over that part of ourselves, because nothing's going to be what you thought it was, and it's never perfect. So you know, acceptance is a big key, and you know, we have trouble accepting, like, you know, any reality that seems contrary to an ideal, you know, feels like we don't deserve that. But like, what is it really like, and what is deserve? And you know, can't we transmute anything? You know, we can, but we don't, you know, we believe in some other shit, and it's like, I don't take time to believe in some other shit. Like I'm not even believing, some contrary shit to what everybody believes. I'm just embodying the moment as much as the energy will allow, and taking
Mm-hmm.
that as a blessing, no matter how many people. I lost a very close friend this week. Shout out Lola Gully. She's like a blues singing, piano playing queen of Atlanta for a long time. She was signed to Stax Records locally, which is a national label, run by William Bell, who wrote "Born Under a Bad Sign," which was performed by Cream and Jimi Hendrix. Like,
It was
it's a
performed by
song.
Homer Simpson too.
Nice.
It really was on the
It's
Simpson cassette.
my nice. My late father was well known for doing that song as well. Donnie Mac. I know him and Lola are jamming out all of a sudden in the eternal, dimensional state right now. And we go through, trauma is something you can't run from. So, I know, Jen, I like to think we are the whole universe. I'm not even really thinking about it like that. It's like be the whole universe. The connections then kind of, fall into place at that point, and you can perceive it all at once. But easier said than done there too, when it comes to, comprehending the semantics, applying them, and staying in spirit moment. Like that is it's a fun thing to do when you can embody being, but it's you can't be chasing it, and put yourself in a scenario to face it. And transcendence can be a part of your process, but you're not going to just transcend. It's transcendence. It's a process, and it's transcend in the verb sense, like in motion. It's not one moment. It's not static. And be ready. Be ready for anything. The last surprise is there are no surprises. And that's acceptance played out to infinity. So, you can make anything a blessing.
Yes.
With perspective.
Most definitely.
That was the reverse summary of whatever Jen was saying before. Oh, Guides of Nothing Ever. This was pilot episode number 4, huh?
Yes, sir.
No, we had no caution tonight. We threw caution to the wind, huh?
I guess. I hit him.
Shout out DJ Caution, man. He was killing it last week. He got us on the questions out of the the ether, man. He was dropping 10 questions. We had fun last week.
Yeah. He said he was supposed to. He's in the process of, I think, switching locations, so that way he didn't have his setup all situated. So.
Got you. I want you to play Mazurika or whatever the beat. One more beat of mine on the list. Mazurika. It's
all right.
M-A-Z. That's the. And you don't have to cut this beat off. This is dope. I just want you to.
So I will cut it. I will cut it. I will cut it off because we're coming on the hour unless you're trying to go over it.
Oh, we can go a couple minutes over. I mean, we can go to an hour 4 or something. We don't want to do a minute. I don't want to do a minute and 45 Micro Machine wrap up.
I made I say all the beats I made, they were originally like 3 verses, and then I thought about it. I was, I'm just gonna double that, so they're all like 8 minutes long, so that way we can.
Oh, talk over them. I got you. Man, it was fun. I'm not promising freestyles every week, but that was fun.
I mean, I can't wait to go back and listen to them because I don't even know what we were saying. We were just.
I won't listen. I won't listen. Shout out anybody who puts up with whatever I say.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not good at
talking.
it. I used to do it a lot when I was younger. Learning and trying to become an MC and stuff. Then I realized it's just not for me. I mean, I do it as a joke, but for the most part,
it's so fun. Like you can You got to do it as a serious joke. Like if you're really freestyling off the top, there's a whole, there's a whole segment of like what a freestyle is that kind of changed over the last 20 years. But like, cypher freestyling off the top can be fun, serious, and a joke all at the same time. Like, I'm not telling you to freestyle with us next time we do it, but to each his own. I always felt like, as an MC, I gotta have an element of just rocking live, and especially rocking live with a band. So, I don't know. It's fun, man. It's fun. We had fun.
Yeah, I know it's fun. I do it all the time with my daughters. Like we'll be cooking. I'll make all types of songs, or we're making
Nice,
food, all
nice.
types of different genres, everything. And my daughter
use those melodies.
right. That's what my daughter told me too.
Seriously.
She told me the same thing. She was like, "You should use one of those melodies." It's like
Seriously. She knows her daddy. Oh man. Oh man. It was fun. Jen, what you got going on, man? What you about to do?
I'm gonna watch some more Stargate in a second, and
Nice.
I'm going to finish thinking about what my new routine is gonna be, because I'm trying to get into a better routine with studying this neurology and this neuroplasticity, and
Dope.
obviously neuroanatomy, and then I'm studying Kabbalah, and I'm studying hormones and neurotransmitters right now, which is funny because I just came across seizures, but I couldn't remember exactly how they had worded it. And it's not like I totally agree with everything that they say, because most of it is clinical knowledge, and it's like you said, each doctor has something different to say about it, but none of them really knew, anything exact or anything substantial enough to really validate what it was. So it's like I'm applying Kabbalah and mysticism and esotericism to the physical, and I'm trying to equate the two, but I'm also trying not to like run myself, ragged in the process. So I have to, like, when you study, you can't cram if you want to have long-term memoristic retention.
yeah.
So it's like 45 minutes, 20 minutes off, and maybe I, do something on the side with my daughter or something. Maybe I watch some, some TV show that, meets my preference. And then I'll get back into it, and I'll listen to lectures in the morning, and then I'll work out in the afternoon, and then at nighttime I'll read, and then I'll go over some of the stuff that, I'll go over it and make it practical in my life, and then, I'll go to sleep. Or, weekends, I'm not going to do too much studying because I have podcasts. Saturday I have Super Hey Roo show on Instagram.
Right.
Sunday
Yeah,
I have Guides of
nine-
Nothing
nine
Ever. You know what I mean?
Yes. What else you got? Anything else to promote?
Super Hey Roos are working on a project right now. Me and Blonju have a project that we're dropping still. Nejma Nefertiti, produced partially by Blonju.
Nice.
The
I didn't even
one
know
and
she made
only.
beats. That's dope.
No. He made the beats, and
Oh,
he's on
okay.
one of the songs. She is the artist, but they're dropping a project, and me and him's dropping a project. Super Hey Roos are dropping a project.
Got it.
And then
got it.
Oh, nice.
and then I have this project
Whoa.
that I'm gonna use a couple beats from you, if you don't mind, for the
Go
project.
Go for it.
And I'm gonna use
Dope.
most of the beats are from Blonju, but I'm gonna have like 10
Ooh.
songs of like the craziest, just illest shit people have ever heard, for the Ain Sufi, the Oracle project. You know what I mean? So
Ooh, that's crazy. Yeah, so that Nejma project, produced by me, there's 4 songs. It comes out this Friday, actually.
Nice.
April the 8th, so y'all look out for that. I'm on 2 songs vocally, produced all 4 beats. There's scratches by DJ Frankie Diesel. It's mixed, mastered. We got some vinyl coming later in the year for y'all on that. The G.O.N.3 project is 98% complete. We've got the art in. we'll have a date on the Blonju Genesis to God Space Ram Continuum. Hopefully, maybe by the next show, maybe by Sunday, April 10th, we might have a date for y'all. It'll be late April or early May,
Nice.
but I got a million other things I'm doing, but I'm not going to go into any of that. Shout out Barkeepers, man. Salute 100 weeks on the Barkeepers platform. I'm gonna go and watch High Sunday. Super Heru himself host reviews tonight after we leave here. So
Has there been anyone to do all 100 weeks?
Yes. So shout out Matt Lee, the Jam Hole on Instagram. That's the Jam Hole, just how it sounds, one all together. He
Nice.
did all 100 weeks. He got a care package from Barkeepers. Producers have been giving out beats to regular MCs all week. I actually did a little Devour Trippy J beat gift, so I'm gifting them some beats.
What's up?
Some of these y'all heard tonight, actually. But man, it's fun hanging out on Sundays. We missed Kaushun tonight. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't too off the chain, but we have fun.
Yes, we did. If you have anyone out there who's watching, listening, if you have any knowledge on seizures, leave it in the comments. Get a hold of me, ExurtBeatz at gmail.com. And let's try and figure this out.
I'm gonna do some
love.
Since I'm already studying the brain, I'm gonna do some research on seizures specifically for you. And then next time we talk, I'll have something more concrete for you, and then we can discuss it if you want.
Definitely, I appreciate it.
Beautiful, Jen. Beautiful.
Definitely.
Beautiful. Shout out ExurtBeatz on the beats this week with me and in between a few times.
Yes, sir. Square Roots.
Killed it.
Albums out. All media platforms. You Might Get Shot. Videos out. Vivo, YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook. Shout out Jerome Duffy.
Might get shot.
Shout out everyone.
Jerome Duffy, 1985.
Shout out Blonju. Dropped a verse on there. Shout out Chris Calico. Shout out my boy Mr. SP. Produced Knowledge Not Fear with me. And I guess that shout out Future Octave Records too. That's DJ Kaushun's website. FutureOctaveRecords.biz.
Oh, Beautiful's dropping Friday as well on all platforms.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so that's a single with ExurtBeatz and myself. I got somebody else I got Islo is dropping a project Friday and I'm on it. So shout out Islo as well.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff popping. But man, we'll see y'all next week and hear y'all, and maybe we'll have a guest sometime soon.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's gonna happen soon.
Get Grandsome, or maybe we could convince Jerome to hang out for one episode, maybe.
Yeah.
An episode.
I believe so.
Yo, it's fun.
All right.
Guys.
This concludes our episode. Pilot episode 4, Guides of Nothing Ever. Blonju, ExurtBeatz, DJ Kaushun, Genesis to God, and we are out.
Peace.